Hello, yes, it's me, definitely a real Pepsi man here, back with a tutorial video. In this video I will be talking about how to fuck shit up as Cuba in Ron. Before we begin, I wanted to say huge shout out to AnomalousDucky for this video, as it is very similar to it. So let's begin, shall we? Cuba is a great fort for enemy players. Why, you may ask? Well, it's not because it has good terrain or something like that. No, it's because it's a fucking island, making it much harder to invade if you have a good navy. Did I mean hard? I meant impossible. So how do you get a navy, you may ask? The answer is simple. The best navy combo is actually battleships, destroyers, and submarines combined. And that makes you, at least your core cities, impossible to capture or siege without a massive navy. Anyways, let's get on to early game strats. Starting early game. Your nation has a lot of problems to fix. First of all, you are kind of fucked in terms of economy, to the point where getting a few tanks might crash all of your economy. To fix this, build what I call the infinite money glitch, GTA 5 working, ALU approved. Or as the game calls it, electronic factories. You need 2 gold and 2 copper to open one electronic factory. You can buy them both no problem by trade. After your electronic factory is made, you will slowly make 12 electronics a day. You won't really need much electronics, so what you have to do is sell them to Brazil, India, China, Japan, or USA. If they are players, Egypt, Pakistan, Vietnam, and much more will accept trade. Now that you have magically fixed your economy by selling electronics, you don't even know who works there, but capitalism it is. Because you are Cuba, communism gives you more factory output, meaning more money. Anyways, moving on to more stuff. Making tanks. Early game tanks dominate as there are no counters to it. What you need is 0.2 titanium, 2 tungsten, and 4 iron to make it. Titanium is hard to find, but you can still buy it from players like Russia or the AI. After you have fixed your economy and have tanks, the next thing to do is invade Central America. It doesn't matter where you start at in Central America, however you need it all for late/mid game. Also recommend allying America, as it is pretty important. If you don't ally America and he can build a navy, he can destroy you. After you are done with Central America, it's probably mid-game, so yeah, I guess part 3 it is. In terms of mid-game, it really depends on one thing. If Brazil wants to invade South America or not. If it doesn't, or if it is just not a player, you can invade South America yourself. This is awesome news, as South America is a lot of MP and land to get yourself to world power. If not, and this can happen a lot, you can start African colonialism. If Brazil isn't a player, first build aircraft manufactories. This requires 2 chromium, 2 aluminum, and 2 titanium, making you depend more on Russian trade, so be careful if Russia kicks the bucket. After you make some aircraft parts, make attackers and wait for them. They will be useful later on. Afterwards, justify on every single South American nation you border except Brazil. Taking out these South American nations takes over 30 new nights, but is worth doing it. This takes so long because the terrain, even with tanks, are super slow, and because of that it's almost impossible to attack South America. After you are done with every South American nation besides Brazil, you should get your attackers near Brazil. After that, justify on Brazil, and before attacking him, kill all of his army with attackers, thus committing mass genocide. After that, invasion of Brazil will be easy. However, before clicking that mass attack button, invade all of the big cities of Brazil. So if Brazil is a player, you can go into African colonialism. First, line up all of your divisions into Western Sahara, as it is one of the weakest nations on Africa, making it easier for you to land. After you take it out, justify on Nigid Boers. Most of them ex-CCPT Morocco have a lot of weak divisions you can just take out with tanks. Afterwards, repeat the smashing over and over again until you have a massive empire in Africa. After you have nowhere else to conquer, just invade Europe like some random Danish people did. After all of this, you should be in late game. Late game is that time where you wanna fucking die. It's really not fun playing late game, especially after you either took out all of Europe and Africa or South America. So what do? Not much really at this point of the game. Expansion is almost impossible. We call this point of the game dead game. Dead games happen very late or early. It can sometimes happen because someone formed an faction. That happens mostly early game. This is the late game, so this happens because everyone on the same alliance took everything and the game won't become an expansion game. More so, you can build the best to just regame. So if that didn't happen, you can do a lot. Start off by annihilating USA. USA can't do much at you anymore since you are a world power now. After that, chill and build your country up to prepare war on USA. After you are done, justify and declare on USA with a surprise, as if you do that you can probably catch them off guard. Before he prepares, try to take Mexico and set up artillery there at the mountains. After you do that, try to kill as many Americans as you can so CSA and Texas might break free. If you see thus, both attack Washington with a naval invasion because you have a navy. After you take it, USA will probably rage quit, so yeah, you won.
After that, it's probably been like 4 hours, so probably everyone left, so you can even probably do a world conquest, and yeah, that's it, bye I guess.